Hey, what's going on, guys? This is Casey of OCDGaming, and I'm finally back, not only making videos, but finally making the PvP guide for Devastation Evoker for Season 3 Dragonflight. So, I don't want to keep you guys waiting. Let's just get started and hop right into it. So, we'll go over the stats and gears first. I'll have everything, you know, time stamped out and linked down below for like talent points and all that. Just hop right into the gear. Now, I don't have it completely optimized as of right now because we're still not fully capped, so I'm gonna probably be making a guide in the future, so make sure you subscribe. All right, so here are the stats, guys. We want to be rocking with mastery, so I'll get in the PvP combat. I'm rocking about 61% mastery, so we want to occupy verse, mastery, haste, crit. That's what we want for stats, and this is the gear I'm kind of rocking right now. I got the 4-tier set for helmet, shoulders, chest, and legs, because that's just the best stats all around. I got the neck piece with mastery. I'm going to be crafting a neck piece for the mastery as well, so I recommend you guys do that when you get the chance versus mastery on that. And then I got the Hellbloom cape that has more mastery, so get the more mastery one for that. And then, like I said, tier piece for the chest, waking stats on the enchantment, and then regenerative leech on the cloak, just to backtrack a sec. And then versus mastery on the wrist as well. You can go with the Hellbloom wrist arm guards. You can do that for the wrist. I just use this one because it has leech on it, and I'm at like almost like, yeah, I'm at 9% leech, and it's kind of nice. And then I got the Hellbloom grips right now. I'm still kind of in the air about these. I'm probably just gonna end up crafting a piece. It was either haste or this crit one. We still do want a little bit of crit just because of the spell weaver's dominance that we have, but I'm jumping ahead of myself. So something I've been kind of messing with right now is the dream crafted gear. I've been using the verdant dream embrace, I think it's called. I'll throw it up on the screen. I don't remember the name. It's been a while since I've crafted this thing, but basically you get this aura, and when you're using your abilities and spells, it increases a random secondary stat for 10 seconds. This thing, if no one else is using it, because each nearby ally tethered to the dream up to 2, the bonus will grow more powerful, but you won't embrace it as much. The uptime you get from this is super nice. I just do haste mastery on it. You can do verse mastery if you really want to. I just like having a little bit of haste on some of the other pieces of gear. And then we got the tiered leg pieces, and then I crafted the Infurious boots just because, you know, whenever we deep breath, it's nice to be able to get that primary stat on our go, depending, you know, if you're playing with Unholy DK, Frost DK. It's kind of ideally what we do want to be playing as with our comp. I've been messing around with a couple other classes too. I've been playing around with Boomy, Warlocks, Ellie, and Enhanced Shamans, and it's kind of working. You just got to play different kind of talent builds, and it all depends on what you're facing as well, so keep that in mind. I also crafted the Ringbound Hourglass versus mastery on that, mastery enchant, and I also have the mastery haste gem, and those are all the gems I'm using is mastery haste. And I forgot but we got the intellect and stamina enchant on the legs and the Watcher's Loam on the boots. I'm kind of going a little out of order. I haven't done this in a while. Give me a break, I should say. Give me a break, you know? And moving on, I'm still using the Verdant Combatant's ring, just because it gives you a lot more mastery, because it gives you 785 mastery opposed to the other ring that just gives 625 and 1,000 verse. You can use either or. You'll get a little bit more stamina if you use this one, but a little bit less mastery, and you won't get the gem slot right there too. And I'm using the on-use trinket for right now. The on-use on the elite version or the conquest version, it's not terrible. It's not like holy shit good though either. So you can either play the proc trinket, or I mean, I like the on use just because it goes well with our Dragon Rage, so you can link that into your Dragon Rage and just get the most absolute value out of that. Of course, medallion, we got that as well. And weapons, I'm using the Hellbloom Spellblade and then the Conquest Gladiators offhand. So that'll give me more mastery between the two. And you can use the mastery or the haste staff if you really want to. You can use the mastery staff. Either one works. I liked just rocking more mastery. That just seems how it goes for Evoker. Specifically Devastation, we want to be stacking mastery, you know? And as you can see, there's the Verdant Conduit It's right there. It procced. It's pretty consistent too. It's a nice conduit to have, not gonna lie. All right, so next thing I'm going into, guys, is our talents. So the talents haven't really changed all that much, but I do have 2 different sets of talents I play depending on what I'm going into. So these are the talents. There's a couple ones you can interchange on the left side as well as the right side too. All depends what you're fighting. So like left side, obviously, if they have more magic users, you can take Attuned Dream and move that into Inherent Resistance. And you don't really necessarily need to play Leech, but honestly, I get some pretty nice healing from the Leech, so that's why I've been kind of running it. Plus, this main character I have has more Leech in general, opposed to my alts. You don't necessarily need to run Leech, but it's nice. And, you know, obviously, if you're running into like a Warlock or a DK, sometimes even Windwalker Monk too, I really like playing Unravel into that, just to kind of... if we're close to killing the Windwalker and he wants to stay aggressive, I just unravel for a big chunk of the karma, and if we kill past that, then it's just they don't expect it. But for the most part, these talents all pretty much stay the same, you know. And for the right side, this also varies as well. You know, this is the iridescent build, so it's nice to have the extra damage that you can do through and I'll show the rotation that you would do for Iridescence. Let's say you're playing with a Frost DK. You're going to Pressing Roar. After he does his blind, you're going to do your stun. And then after your stun, you're going to Dragon Rage, Shattering Star, Eternity Surge, use your Disintegrate, tip Fire Breath. And if you got a Burnout, use that Burnout and Disintegrate spam from here on out. And if you can, in between the goes, or in between what's going on, try to, you know, maintain Dragon Rage as long as you can. Spam your Disintegrate so you get your Causality to work for you and benefit as much from the damage done from Emerald Trance of your 4 tier as best as you can. So that's ideally how you want it to go down. You know, obviously, you can kind of mix some things around, like you can Shattering Star then Dragon Rage, but ideally I'd say Dragon Rage, Shattering Star, Eternity Surge. Now if your target's close to death, you know, after you do that, you do your Shattering Star, boom, and then if they're close to death, dude, hit them with the tip Fire Breath and then dump your Disintegrates. But you ideally want to, you know, use your Iridescence as efficiently as possible, basically. You know, say you're going into, you're fighting a Resto Druid, right? You want to play Scouring Flame. So you'd go into Phantom Magic, you take out Iridescence at this point, you go into Phantom Magic, and you're going to either do Catalyze, or you can do Arcane Vigor, or you can do Focusing Iris. Either one of these 3 will work, but make sure you go into Phantom Magic because you want that level 4. Because if that goes up to level 4, at that point, we're able to burn away more magic effects per empowered level, because it's, like I said, per empowered level. So if we have 4 ticks, that's dispelling 4 magic effects right there. And that's super huge against Resto Druid. And ideally, when I play Scouring Flame, I like to go Obsidian Metal, personally. Just in case, like, if we do get, like, a really good go on 2 targets or even 3 targets, I'm able to at least not get Blanket Silence from if they're playing Purge Protection, which can suck if your healer doesn't realize that you're rooted and silenced. But if your healer's on top of that, then you're golden and good. And this Causality Breath build is just good against melee cleaves as well, just because you have that 1 minute every time uptime on Breath. It's really nice to have. All right, second build is Iridescence, no Breath, Causality, and Font of Magic. So again, these talents kind of, you know, shift depending on what you're fighting. If it's more magic based, then obviously go with the Inherent Resistance, blah, blah, blah. This side, we took out Deep Breath, so there's no Lay Waste, there's no Legacy. We go into Iridescence, Causality, and Catalyze Font of Magic. And again, you can take this out if you want to go. So on this side, we're going with Iridescence, Causality, Catalyze, and Font of Magic. So this is like strictly, I use this against casters basically. So, because you really don't get a good setup against double caster, like especially if you're not playing with the DK. This build is really nice to play if you're playing with a different caster or a different class in general that doesn't have like a 1, 2, 3 kind of setup go. So we really want to just rely on our actual spells to be doing that damage. And again, the rotation is very similar, except you don't have to necessarily do the deep breath. Now, if you do get the deep breath, then that's awesome. You get that stun and everybody's happy. But same deal, you're going to Dragon Rage. You're going to go ahead and Shattering Star, Eternity Surge. You could even do 1 tier Fire Breath here because you got Catalyze now. And a good thing to do with the tier set, since you want to maximize the damage you have, you know, if you're able to get your disintegrates going off and, you know, build up that using that causality, you're able to get another Shattering Star, Eternity Surge, tip Fire Breath at max damage stacks for that 13% and 13.5%, I think, damage buff. And it's huge in arena, especially like solo shuffle or even your 3v3 matches, to be able to just get more damage on your abilities. I mean, 342 Fire Breath, 299 Surges, 312 Living Flames. Obviously, these are all going to be a little bit tuned down because, you know, you're hitting target. I'm hitting a target right here with like no burst. Yeah, I've hit some pretty big numbers on my dragon as well recently with the higher mastery build. I've hit easily, I've hit a 377k Fire Breath in arena. I've hit definitely 300k plus surges in arena as well. So the damage is definitely there. The burst is still crazy good on dragon. So PvP talents, all kind of varies, but ideally, you know, the end all be all, Murder Flight is just always there. It's just so powerful. Obsidian Metal is pretty good all around. I like that as a just kind of a baseline as well. And the third one kind of just changes about, you know, obviously if you're fighting a mage, you don't want to go Shroud. Going against like double Shaman or just Shaman in general, purging Shroud off, I feel like it's kind of worthless. So you can go, you know, you can either go Scouring Flame. If you're coordinated with your team, I recommend Time Stop, so that, like, if you're playing against Cupid, your healer gets trapped, you're able to, you know, Time Stop every other trap. It could save you in the game in general, just so your healer doesn't have the trinket super early into the game. You can save that for later if you need to be. If it's double melee, I recommend Dreamwalker's Embrace, just because it's so strong. Again, let your teammate know you're playing it so that they can actually line up the beam. I can't tell you how many times I've played this and people just run the beam in the opposite direction that I'm going and I get like 0 value from it. It sucks. Divide and Conquer is kind of memey. It can work sometimes, depending. If you're playing Frost DK and you're crossing like the third other person that you don't get in the go, and you get Divide and Conquer, it can be really powerful. Dreamcatcher can be good. It just sucks that it's the 0.2 second cast time on it, but hey. Beggars can't be choosers when you're Devastation Evoker. Swoop Up, next talent. It's just not good, dude. Crippling Force is fantastic if you don't have like a good permanent slow like Concussive Shot, Chains of Ice, or anything like that in the sort. It's just really good, especially against like Warrior, even Windwalkers as well. And that's it for about the talents. Again, I'll have these talent codes in the description below. And while you're down there, subscribe and like the channel stuff, guys. Come on, it helps out a lot. So yeah, I mean that's actually pretty much it, you know? Because I mean the rotations pretty much stayed the same since we came out. Just a little bit of tweaking here and there. Try to maximize your 4-tier set as best as you can when rotating your Fire Breath and your Eternity Surge. You don't always have to tip Fire Breath on the first Dragon Rage, especially if you can build it up to the 5 stacks of the Emerald Trance, then that's just huge value right there. Obviously, if you're getting trained, you really don't have a choice. All depends. All depends. Lots of hypotheticals, a lot of all depending, guys. That's just how it is as a Dragon class. But that's pretty much the entire guide, dudes. If you guys like the video, please do like it. I appreciate the support and everything. I'm going to keep pushing, you know, as best as I can in solo shuffle and 3v3s right now. We've got 5 glad wins under our belt, so we're gonna keep on playing, keep on going, and doing our best. Gonna keep it up, guys. If anything changes, I'll make another guide. I'll let you guys know. I'll get back into more consistent videos for WoW, I've just been kind of in the process of moving and everything. As you can tell, this is not my home. I am staying somewhere else at the moment, but I will be back to live streaming. I appreciate you guys and your support on the stream. Follow the stream down below, twitch.tv/OCDGaming90. Subscribe to the YouTube, like the video, share it around. If you guys know any dragons that need some help, let me know. I'd be happy to help them out with this guide. Alright guys, that's all. Thanks for watching. I appreciate every single one of you. Hopefully you guys have a great day, night, week, month, year, whatever it may be for y'all. Hopefully it's a good one. I'll catch y'all next video. Take care, everybody.
Thank you so much for watching the video. If y'all enjoyed it, don't forget to like it, share it around, and subscribe to the channel. If y'all want to see more about me, check out the playlist and the most recent uploads. Once again, thank you all for watching. Hopefully I catch you all in the next video. Take care, everybody.